Welcome back to Silver Thread Sewing. I'm Diane. This is Friday Sews. Hello, I hope everybody's well and had a good week. It gets Friday so fast, it seems like time is just spinning right on by. I do have a couple things to share with you today, and I have a small pattern haul, and they're all new look. They were on sale a couple weeks ago from the Simplicity website. And I got a few that I will share with you. I also have made a dress, and I have finished my Rhapsody blouse. I finally got both sleeves in it. The sleeves are pretty long on me, so I'm going to go back and add some elastic. I'm not sure if it called for that on this version, but anyway, I'm going to put some elastic here in this little cuff to kind of hold them together, because sleeves drive me crazy if they're too long and so voluminous. So I'm going to work on those sleeves, but I've already worn this all day, so it's not bothering me enough not to wear it. Before I show you my patterns, I will show you the dress that I made. There's a story about this one. It's the Style Arc Kelly dress. And it has the twist front that I just think is so attractive, the way it cinches in kind of at the waist. I hope you can see that. Now, I started cutting this out, and I was going to use my green Walmart bundle fabric, and I didn't have half enough. When I took this pattern piece out, this is the front pattern piece. All that, just the front. I'll put a picture in where I had laid it out, but all this goes into the twist. So when I got all that monstrosity laid out on the fabric, I realized real quick that I was not going to have enough of the green fabric. So I started sorting around through some of my knit fabric pieces, and I had a piece of red. And since I wanted to make a Valentine's Day dress, I thought, well, I'll kill two birds with one stone. I'll just take that pattern, and instead of making it in the green, I'll go ahead and make it in the little piece of red that I had, which it was pretty wide, and I had enough of it. I didn't have much left over, but I had enough. And so I cut it out and started working on putting it together. Now, I knew that Style Arc has kind of a reputation for having very skimpy instructions, but I thought, okay, there'll be instructions for that twist part, and the rest should be very straightforward. This dress has a little shell that goes on the inside of it, so just short. So it is one piece, the front piece and the back piece, and so you finish off the whole neck with that shell part. And then I just use those two pieces as if they were one and put the sleeve in. So it worked fine, but the twist part had to happen first. And when I got to the instructions and started looking at how they recommended doing that twist, right here is what they had for instructions. Just this little bit of nothing. It has a few arrows, here to here, here to here, but this is the instructions that tell you what to do. And it was now it might not be hard for other people who have had more experience with more extreme patterns. I don't know that extreme's the right word, but more detailed or more unusual design features. That might be the way to say it. But when I started doing that, I struggled. I really did. But I worked and worked and worked, and I would pin baste it and then hold it up to myself, and then sewing machine baste it, and then take that out and redo it. And finally I would get it to the point that I thought that was right, and then I would go and use the serger. So I got that made after about 2 hours just on this twist part. I finally got the dress made. I'm not going to swear to you. I won't swear to you that it's correct. It looks fairly well, but this is it. And then this is the part that formed the twist. And I made this a little more narrow and brought it in a little bit just so it would cinch me in a little bit more at my smallest part. But I love the fabric. It probably is not quite as drapey as what the pattern called for. This is kind of a, I think it's probably a cotton knit maybe. I'm not sure. But I love the way it feels, and I love the way it looks, and it does have that shell on the inside, so it's not thin, and it doesn't feel, you know, like everything's just exposed because it's so thin. But I'm not sure that I did all that correctly, but it's all made very well, serged. The only thing I have to do is hem the sleeves and the bottom. But I will put some pictures of me wearing it. But as to the pattern and the instructions, I thought that at least there would probably be a blog post, perhaps a sew-along on their website, but I couldn't find anything. The only thing I found was a couple of reviews on patternreview.com where people had made this dress, and they didn't really seem to talk like it was much of a big deal for them. But I like the way it looks. I like the back. I think the back seam just gives it such beautiful shaping. And I really was impressed with that part of it. I wish that I felt a little more comfortable in the overall twist part. But it is a really pretty design and a real pretty dress. And I may try it again. I don't know. I may try it again at some point. I don't know if I will or not. We'll just have to see. But I haven't worn it yet. I was going to wear it Sunday for the Valentine's banquet at church. So hopefully I'll get to do that. All right. So I have my Rhapsody and I have my dress. And I don't know what I'm going to do next. I have kind of not made any great plans. I usually change them even if I do make plans. So I'm not sure if I'm not sure what I'll make next. So these patterns that I purchased are New Look, and the first one I had watched So Lovely with Grace, and she is just beautiful, and she is so kind and so sweet and so talented. She makes some of the most beautiful clothes, and they all look like she's bought them out of a store. And then she models them on her channel, and I will link to her channel below. And if I can, I'll link to the video where I think it was last week that she showed this. Might have been a week before last, but she showed this New Look pattern. So the first one was inspired, and it's totally Grace's fault for me buying this one. But it's New Look 6298. It's a knit pattern, or a pattern for knits. And Grace, I believe, had made maybe the version that the model's wearing. I'm not sure. But I really like the dress. It's got some very pretty details to it. And I'll show you the line drawings. Hopefully you can see that. One has a hemband. And it calls for stretch knits, double knit, interlock, jacquard, jersey, single knit, spandex blends, terry knit, two-way stretch, velour, and it has the pick a knit rule, so you have to stretch your fabric from one point to the other. But I just really like it, and I got several pieces of fabric that I think would work for this. But yeah, but it looked lovely on Grace. Okay, New Look 6095 is another dress pattern, and this one is for wovens. And it gives you several choices as well as a tote bag. You can do a little waist band detail, a hemband detail. And I like all the versions. And here is the line drawings. Hopefully you can see that. So the next New Look pattern is 6262. And again, it's dresses. And it is for lightweight wovens, looks like. And I love all the versions. One has an overlay option. And let me get a little closer. I just love all the versions. The little cap sleeves, the short sleeves. And it looks like it takes about 2 3/8 yards of fabric, 2 5/8. But it's just a really pretty little pattern. Now this next one is like pajamas, night shirt, t-shirts, short pajamas. It's New Look 6404, and it is, of course, for most of these versions are for knit, but the pajama pants and the shorts can be made out of a woven. And it has raglan sleeves on the shirt. I hope that's showing up. But I really liked that, and I just thought, you know, for while it was on sale, I would just get it and, you know, have another pajama pattern, because that's still my favorite thing to make and wear. And the next one is New Look 6500, and again, it's just plain little shift dresses, but I do like, and it does have bust darts, and you can do short sleeves or sleeveless. It has 2 back pieces, so it has a center back seam. And I need to branch out and stop buying so many dress patterns. Well, actually, these next two are not dress patterns. New Look 6743 is a blouse, and I thought that it was really pretty. I liked the collar detail and the different sleeve details that you can do. And this is the line drawings. Hopefully that shows up. I don't know which one. I like that collar that's shown in this one on the bottom and the one the model's wearing, but I also like the one that doesn't have a collar at the top. And this calls for cotton types, poplin voile, I don't know how you say that, silky types, lightweight denim, lightweight linen. So yeah, so I thought that was just a really pretty little top. I would probably lengthen it a little bit because most of them come up too short for me, but I'm not sure if it would need it or not. This last one is a New Look 6759, and it, I believe, has the pattern for his and her. It's either a plain sweatshirt or a hoodie, and it is New Look 6759. Don't know if I said that or not, but I thought it was really pretty. I like both. I like the sweatshirt and the hoodie. And this just calls for moderate stretch knits, 35% cross grain, such as sweatshirt fleece, French terry, cotton knits. And it has the, I was trying to see if it says Mrs. and men's sweatshirt. So I guess you could make either one of them for a man or a woman. And then that's the line drawings. And I do love, I love my hoodies that I've made, the free pattern from Mood, but I also like to have just a sweatshirt with no hood on it. So I thought that would be a good option, and it looks fairly just like a regular sweatshirt that you would buy, except you could pick your own fabrics, and you could always make a hoodie too if you wanted to. So I am looking forward to trying those. So that's all I have to share with you this week. I know that a lot of people are getting ready to celebrate Valentine's Day next week, and I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of red makes. I'm still not 100% sure about mine or what I think about it, but hopefully it will work at least for the day. I don't know, but I will have put in hopefully pictures showing you. I always, anything that's fitted, especially from the waist down, I don't feel comfortable in that as much as I do a flared skirt. Just for my body shape, I think that flatters me a little bit more. But it was nice to try something different. But I would tell you, if you are not used to doing a lot of different details in a pattern or not comfortable with all that, this is a pattern I probably would not have tried once I found out there was not a sew along. But following the little arrows and the little bit of sparse directions that there is, you may be totally fine. I needed a little bit more instruction than that offered. So I've got one other style art pattern, and it's already stuck together and cut out. It's a beautiful dress, but now I'm a little afraid to make it because of the instructions. But it's a much more straightforward make. It's a woven pattern. I think the name of it is the Trini dress. and I'll try to put in a picture of that pattern, but I do have it, and I love the way the dress looks, but I am a little bit hesitant now after I had so much fun putting this one together. But as for life, everything's going along okay for us. I did see a different doctor this past week about my eye, and we'll be seeing a new specialist in March, but I do go in next week for another injection. So those of you who have been praying for me and sending me well wishes, thank you, and please don't stop yet. My vision had improved just a little bit this time, so I'm very thankful and grateful. But anyway, that's about all I have to share for now, but I hope you have a great weekend, and remember, never stop sewing. You'll never have time or money to get into any trouble as long as you sew. Ask me how I know. Thanks for stopping by.